Hey, what's going on, guys? DJ Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys this Top 5 Tuesday video today. Hopefully you guys like this video. If you do, smack the thumbs up button. And also, if you guys have ideas for future videos, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys would like to see. And if you already left it on a previous video, don't be afraid to leave a comment again. I'm just trying to get through a lot of these videos every single week. There's a fun new topic. So this one is Top 5 Reasons Why You Guys Do Not Need Yeezys. And it's kind of tongue-in-cheek in a sense. Obviously, I have some Yeezys and I like the model. This model is my favorite for sure so far. And then the Supply 350s are super nice as well. But you know, it's I think fresh off of the Yeezy release that happened last week. A lot of people had a lot of frustration because we struck out. I'm one of those people included in that and so regardless of all the frustration, I wanted to give you guys the top 5 reasons why you don't need them. Obviously, if you can get them, though, it's like winning some sort of the lottery because of the value of the shoes worth so much in this day and age right now. So keep that in mind when you guys watch this video. I just wanted to throw that out there as a little disclaimer because I figured it's worth doing that. So let's go ahead and get into it, though. Number 5 reason why you guys do not need Yeezys is because it is stressful. It's stressful trying to cop these things. I spent 5-6 hours trying to cop these 750s this last weekend, and I had my son for like the entire time. So I'm trying to keep him busy, trying to purchase them online, and the website's failing. And Adidas website is so bad that, and it's not their fault. It's, you know, it's to the point where they just like hit the lottery with Yeezy, and then now the traffic is so much on their site. No matter what they do, there's people backdooring pairs like through bots and stuff, and then it's just like a nightmare to actually try to buy from the Adidas website. So struck out on the website, but I also it was like stressful trying to cop them. You get some in your cart and then you try to check out and it doesn't let you check out, and then next thing you know, like, you had them and then you don't have them. It's like you had that little rush for a second. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get them. I gotta click the button faster. Like, I have my credit card information ready or whatever. Like, and then all of a sudden the ups and the downs, and then the failure of like, nah, man, I didn't get them. Like, the stress is killer. Sometimes it's a little bit too much, but blood pressure probably goes up quite a bit for most people on Yeezy release days thus far, because every single one has been mayhem. I know that the amount that they're releasing is pretty small numbers, so comparison to like a Jordan release where they have like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, depending on the actual release, these ones are really small releases in comparison to that. So that's kind of a frustrating thing, but that is one reason why you don't need Yeezys. Moving on, another reason is because $350 is a lot for Yeezys. And I know some of you guys are like, it's $350 or whatever, like that's not that much, because you can make so much off of them. And I'm talking about specifically the 750s. These ones are at $200 retail. But and I had to take a step back and look at this, and like, for an average consumer, if you're in high school or middle school and you're trying to buy a pair of Yeezys, that means you're hitting up mom and pops, or you're saving a lot of money, or you're dumping a couple pairs in your collection to try to just maybe be able to buy the pair of the Yeezys. Like, $350 is a lot of money. So like, I don't know, when I was in high school, $350 would have changed me like quite a bit. It feels like, if I would have had that much money lying around. And so I think that price point for a pair of sneakers is just a lot, and the burden that you have to put on your family if you could potentially get the pair is there as well. Or, you know, you just have to reach or ask and beg so you can borrow that money from your parents. I know some of you guys can relate to this, what I'm talking about there. Leave a comment if you can, because I mean, I'm kind of removed from that because I'm an adult and I work day and night, so I can make my money and I can buy things that I want. But when you don't have the ability to do that, it makes it a little bit more difficult, and it could be stressful as well, leading back to the first point. But moving on, the next one is kind of a relevant one, and it's, you can be scammed for your Yeezys. You can be scammed or robbed for your Yeezys. The resale value of these in particular is so crazy right now, as well as like any other pair that drops. I mean, you're looking at over $1,000 for most of the pairs, $2,000 if, you know, depending on the colorway or whatever. But the price point is so much that like you become a target at that point, and it's kind of scary knowing like you can walk into somewhere and then like somebody will see that and they'll want that, and then they'll do whatever they can to take it from you. And I don't know, that to me just rubs me the wrong way. Now that's not only Yeezys. Obviously that problem is with anything that's worth something that somebody else wants. So I recognize that. I'm just pointing it out as maybe a reason why you guys do not want these things. And also the scam part of it. You can get scammed. Like you let's say you do luck out, you borrow that $350 from your parents or your friends' parents or whatever it is, and you got them and you're so excited, and then you send them to somebody else and they scam you with the PayPal scam. I did a couple videos on PayPal, did I say scam? PayPal scams. I did a couple videos on those of basically you being like at risk as a buyer and at risk as a seller, because PayPal doesn't really like do too much for you as a buyer or a seller depending on how you do things, and you just have to be really, really careful, because ultimately you can ship your shoes to somebody, they could say that they never got them, and then PayPal opens the case, you get your money taken out, they have your shoes, if you don't ship it right. You might want to check out those videos if you want more details on that, but it's serious. It's a serious problem, and it's something that you can definitely get ripped off on, so it's kind of important to be careful with that. And then you're out your $350 that you owe your friend or whatever because you didn't make that money on the shoe. So more of a liability sometimes. Also, I think another reason is the hype will eventually die on these things. Now, this is the 2015 models, and then there's the 2016 models that are coming out. But I think that the hype will eventually die, and hopefully Adidas will actually be able to catch up with the demand. The demand is outrageous through the roof, and I big kudos to Adidas and Yeezy, Kanye for doing what they're doing with this stuff. But I also think that if they release more pairs, I don't know how many pairs of any of the models are out. I mean, nobody really knows because they don't tell us what the production numbers are, but I can probably guarantee they're under 100,000 pairs per colorway. I'm pretty sure that's conservative thinking. I mean, I could be completely off base, but 100,000 pairs is a lot, and I don't think they're doing that. They're probably doing 30 or 40,000 pairs. So the demand is really, really high. But if they made that 200,000 or 300,000 pairs, like Kanye was saying he was going to do, like 1 million pairs or whatever, like is what he was trying to say he was going to do, I think that it would end up being a situation where certain colorways, if they did quick strikes, limited releases, those would still be hyped up, but then you could have like a more of a general release pair like what Jordan Brand does, and then everybody would get that easy, and the resale might not be $2,000 on a pair. It might only be like $300 or something like that on a $200 pair. But the fact that supply can meet some demand, I think would be a really smart move. Plus Adidas would make a killing off of that. So hopefully supply meets demand, and then you'll actually be able to buy them. But also that might drive down the prices for some of the other ones that released. Prime example is this one. This is one that I couldn't believe they re-released this one. I mean, it was kind of like random. It was a re-release the way they promoted it, not a restock. So interestingly enough, that's what they did with the Pirate Blacks. And that release was really weird because the release dates inside, the ones from Adidas had the same release dates as the first pairs. So there was the V2s and the V1s. It was really, really confusing. But ultimately, like, these shoes were really dope. And unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, because they released more pairs, the resale on the shoes went down. And personally, I didn't care because I think this is the best colorway out of all of them. And I think it was kind of dope that they actually had more hit the market. The confusing part was the way they released them, though, in my opinion. But the number one reason that I think that you guys do not need to buy some Yeezys is because of the replica market right now. Jordan Brand has gone through its ups and downs with the replicas, and you guys already know my stance on that, the whole matter. You know, I'm born in. So the number one reason I think that you guys do not need these little Yeezys right here is because of the replicas on the market. How many of you guys actually log into Facebook or log into Instagram and you're scrolling through your feeds and then you see, boom, Yeezys in stock, $100 or whatever it might be at this one place. Yeezy has Adidas logos, official. Yeezy logos, official. Shoes look official. And then, but they're like obviously rep companies. This happens all the time. I've been seeing it lately, more so than like last year. But it's really, really crazy how normal people that don't like know any better will probably like, oh, they're in stock, and then just buy them and get scammed out of their like $100 or however many dollars, like just because they think that they're real, because they're promoted by like companies that make them look real by apps that they think that they can trust. And I think that eventually Adidas hopefully will crack down on it. Adidas doesn't really play games with that stuff, so I'm assuming that Adidas is probably already trying to take actions to get this stuff done, but it's hard to actually install and like implement and actually make it so you don't end up being at risk for that market. But the replica market is real and it's out there, and a lot of people have been scammed on this colorway. a lot of people have been scamming like pretty much any single release that is out there for the Yeezys. So you got to be careful with the replica market, crossing over into people saying that they're real or not, but also when you have the people that just buy them because they don't know any better. And I feel like that is a majority of the population that we don't really, maybe that don't even watch these videos or whatever. Or maybe some of you guys that are watching have been scammed and you bought a pair that you thought was real and then it turned out being fake or whatever. Leave a comment if you guys had that happen to you guys, or hit me up on Twitter and let me know what type of scams ended up happening. But that's kind of the reasons. It's just kind of the top 5 reasons, in my opinion, why you guys don't need these. Obviously, I'm really happy that I got my pairs. And I'm bummed that I didn't get some of the other ones that I love. I mean, I would have, if I would want to pony up the resale, I would buy every one of the 350s. These are super comfortable. I took the insoles out of mine, rock them without any insoles. I wear this pair quite a bit, as you can see. So I mean, I really like the product, unfortunately. But I wanted to give you guys kind of a tongue-in-cheek reason why you do not need them, and leave some other comments. If you guys have other reasons why you don't think people need Yeezys, then leave a comment. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, smack the thumbs up button again. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hit 175,000 subscribers yesterday, which is crazy. That's like an insane amount of subscribers for me. And you know, I'd be making these videos if I only had like 100 subscribers. So it's fun that I have a little bit more of an audience now than when I started, but putting in a lot of work to make sure that you guys enjoy the content and trying to get used to this face thing every week, once a week for you guys for this Top 5 Tuesday. So hopefully you guys enjoy the series. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys for some more videos soon. Peace, guys. Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here, CollectiveKicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys this week's top 5 video on top balls.